All right, so this is Dan. This is my friend, and he likes to play video games as much as I do.
What up,
And
everyone?
yeah, so we decided to start this little podcast here. And like I said, like I was telling you then, so I like joined this community. Basically, like it's all about supposedly it's about like all the PlayStation versus Xbox versus Nintendo stuff.
hmm
And I'm like, for me, I'm like, I don't have like, because I have a Nintendo Switch and I have a PlayStation, so I
Yeah,
don't have.
I got all three. I guess I could say like I kind of there's benefits and costs to each one.
But the funny thing is like people, you go on it, and then like for me, like what got me the most was like, I'd be like, oh man, like it sucks that Nintendo like doesn't have like, for example, this is an example. The other day I published like it was like on the top subreddit. It said that it's been 800. I published it yesterday. It's been 800 days since Nintendo just mentioned Metroid Prime 4. After that, they never like said anything else.
Have you ever gone onto the Nintendo eShop, just gone on there and
It's
just typed in the
horrible.
word Metroid?
No, no.
It's desolate, man. It's like you type in the word Metroid and all you get is the classic version of Super Metroid, and that's it. And it's like
Yeah.
Nintendo has that franchise for some reason. Nintendo has listed as like the black sheep, and yet they'll come out with a Kirby game every 6 months. But
Because
they'll
those are the easy ones to make, and that's why when I used to publish, I used to like talk on this website. I would say that, I would be like, curve is the easiest thing. It's like a copy paste from Mario. They,
yeah,
they, they just adjust a few things here and there, and you get a Kirby game, and people get angry because I'm like, that's the truth, man.
Nintendo, like, it drives me crazy. Nintendo lacks common sense. They could do easy things like
Yeah,
list the Metroid Prime trilogy on the eStore and they'd
but
sell it at $60 and they'd make a lot of money. But for some reason they've decided, you know what? Nah, let's not do that. Let's release Mario for 3 months and kill him at the end of March.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business. It makes sense. Something easy, people will buy it, and they'll put like as little effort as they can, and they'll make like millions of dollars.
It's like they could release Mother 3 tomorrow and sell it for $120 if they wanted to,
And
and
people
I'd
will
buy
buy
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd buy it. But like for some reason, Nintendo just decides, you know what? It's too much effort. Let's just make a nice, easy Splatoon game next year.
And that's why I caught a lot of hate, because I would type that same thing. I mean, it's just the reality. It makes sense for them to make easy money. But for me, I criticize them a lot just because I'm like, okay, do that, but then at the same time, like, have like a studio or like a third party studio, like just make the game that we all want. But they don't do that.
Yeah,
They're lazy, and they're like, just in for the easy money. But people like take it.
I think they like unlike Xbox and PlayStation, Nintendo is very hesitant to acquire studios and like outlet their work. But of
Yeah.
course, like even when that's happened in the past, it's actually gone pretty well for Nintendo. Like
Yeah.
they released Legend of Zelda. They said to Capcom, "Hey, Capcom, release two new Legend of Zelda games." And they came out with Oracle Ages and Oracle
Those are
Seasons.
pretty
Both
good.
both games are great.
Yeah,
Like
really
those
good.
games are great. Like
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's just like they could easily do the same thing with like I don't know, let Team Cherry, they made Hollow Knight, make them make a Metroid game. Make them make a 2D Metroid. I bet they make it badass, but they probably Nintendo won't do it just cuz they're Nintendo and they just like, you know what? Let's make Pokemon Snap next month and make it for Switch.
Yeah. I might get that one, man. The first
I'm
one
going
was
to get it for sure.
the first one was pretty damn good.
You know what was cool is like they came out with on Netflix they came out with like a blockbuster movie, and it reminded
Yeah.
me that in blockbuster back in like the when Pokemon Snap came out, Nintendo put out those big machines where you could print stickers of all the
Yeah,
Pokemon Snap
yeah,
photos. So it'd just be posted Diglett photos everywhere.
yeah. Yeah, man. So that's the thing, man. You know, they have the ability to. I mean, there's so many small developers that they could easily do that. You know, or just have like a. So I posted that video yesterday, and somebody wrote like, you know, is that they're like, oh, I can wait 2 years longer for Metroid Prime 4 if they release like an HD port of the whole Metroid Prime trilogy.
That'd be
They
nice,
could.
but I don't think they'll do that.
It's too much effort, man. It's too much effort, but still, they could make a lot of money off that too.
Yeah.
But you know, for them, it's like too much effort. They're so like,
I think they were really harmed by the pandemic. I mean, it was clear from the direct, last month or 2 months. I mean, that direct was weak, even by Nintendo's, you know, standards.
what was the
I
highlight?
expected to see an update on Breath of the Wild 2. No update on Breath of the Wild
No
2, other
update
than
too, man.
it's
You
it's
know,
delayed.
I know what they're gonna do, man. Like they do this like every time. They just tease you, and then like they're when that you think it's gonna come out, they'll be like, oh, we'll just put it on the next system, you know.
Yeah, and that'd be
It's so
unfortunate
easy.
because there's like the Switch is such a successful system, and I mean, like, I think it's going to be a tough road for Nintendo to follow it up with another success. It's like we look back in the past of like, the Wii followed up with the Wii U, which was not good.
The Wii U was a disaster, man.
Yeah, and it was a disaster. Like most people, your average person says, "I already have the Wii.
Yeah.
I don't need a add-on for the Wii," not realizing it's a brand new system.
Yeah. So I that's what they're gonna do, man. They're gonna be like, oh, you know, there's like a new like a Switch 2 or something. And they're gonna mess up the name of the system too. You know, people are gonna be like, what is this?
Nintendo's gonna Nintendo, and you know
But
what? Like I think that all three companies, like Nintendo, Sony with PlayStation, and Microsoft with Xbox, has really found their like niche. Like
yeah,
PlayStation's their goal is to just spend money on big exclusive, big
yeah,
budget games. Buy a Naughty Dog, buy all the big companies to make their big games, and
yeah,
like get Square to release FF16 only on their system and
yeah.
make sure that it comes out as like badass. Whereas Microsoft is like, hey man, if you want to go and play Outlanders, you just buy Game Pass. It's $9.99 and just download it.
How's that game,
Like,
by the way? Tell me about it.
oh, it rules. Like Outriders is so if you're into like the looter shooter type thing.
Is it battle royale or like
No, it's like if you've ever played Destiny or like Division 2 or something like that. It's that
okay?
kind of game where you go out and you get loot, and then you go out and get more loot, and then you go out and get better loot, and then you
But do
go
you
out and get
fight like
exotic loot.
enemies or
Yeah,
do
you
you
fight
fight
enemies and stuff. I only
other
did like a first hour or so, and it's pretty cool. It's made by Square. It came out last week.
Yeah, I was looking at the right now when you told me about it, I was like, it looks pretty cool, man. Like, but do you like fight other like players, live players, or is it all
I
like
think you can. I haven't gotten to the PvP section yet.
yeah, to be honest, yeah, I mean Square makes good games, man. They're like high quality
But
type of game.
as someone who's spent like 700 hours on like Destiny, I can tell you that like these types of games can like really lure you in, and if they're good, I'm willing to spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's the same with me, man. I mean, is this like does it have like a massive multiplayer RPG aspect to
Yeah,
it?
I'm still in the campaign. It's still very, very early on. In fact, I started two games today. I started this one and I started Cyberpunk, and I just downloaded it. So I've created basically most of my time today was creating character. I don't know why video games does this, where like I have to spend 30 minutes
You have to
creating
make
my
it perfect.
character,
You gotta
and I'm
get it
trying to
right,
make it
man.
perfect. Wait a minute, I'm never gonna see this guy again. Who
Yeah. Oh
cares?
yeah, with Cyberpunk, you can't see like the body, right?
I don't even fucking care. Like, what am I doing?
I feel like that game, man, the aesthetics and the style is like really good, but they just needed like maybe like 2 more years, maybe, you think?
Yeah, it's early on for me, but I can tell you that like Like it reminds me a lot of Fallout. And hey, I fucking love Fallout, but like
Yeah,
you promised me something different. You
yeah,
promised me like Witcher 3, like up, like with Keanu Reeves.
yeah,
And I don't know. I haven't played enough of the game to really realistically judge it, so I have to
yeah.
next time we'll
You
deal
spend
with
the
it.
whole time. You spend the whole time just creating the character. So,
Pretty much.
but Sasha and Mike, Sasha and
Yeah.
Mike are not like really like hardcore gamers, but they seem to like it a lot.
I don't know if I got that from Sasha. He seemed kind of mixed on it.
Well,
Mike, I
yeah,
think, really wanted to love it.
yeah. It's not a Metal Gear Solid 5, man. He loves the game.
If it's Metal Gear or like Uncharted, like I played with him and Sal during last summer winter, like right
Yeah,
before Last of Us came out. Last of Us 2 Part 2 came out. And like him and Sal were playing the multiplayer on Uncharted 4, and I was like, man, like first off, they're way better than me, but like
yeah.
be like Sasha just loves these types of games. I actually think he'd like Outriders, but I don't know if he'd be into the whole MMO scene.
Nah, I think Sasha's more like a quick, like pick up and play type of gamer.
Yeah.
For me, it's because he's got like a long commute now. I feel like he's got like he doesn't have like a lot of time to play games. But I know he was playing Monster Hunter. That one takes a lot of time.
I played that 2 years ago, before the DLC came out, the
Mhm.
Iceborne,
Ice World or something like that.
whatever. I
Yeah,
thought it was good. The Monster Hunter World is very solid. You could play with people online. So I had a friend in California. We played for a little while. It got a little old for me, but like there's always like that. Hey, let's try and fight this monster that's like way stronger than me, and make a every fight felt like it was like an hour, which kind of sucked, but that's a big
I
time
can't do
commitment.
those games anymore,
Yeah.
man. I'm an old man now, but like one
It's
hour just to beat a boss, man.
well, all right. So if it's like I don't know, if it's like a rewarding activity, like I'll do it like like a raid. I'll do a raid if like in an MMO type game. It's fine if it's like a rewarding experience and I feel like it was like worth it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
man. I don't know. Yeah, for me, like now, I'm more like right now. Well, it depends. I go through some stages when I'm like, okay, I have a lot of time to invest into a game. I've been playing like the Resident Evil from like 0 to like I'm trying to get up all the way up to
where
7.
where are you at?
I'm at number 2 right now at the remake.
Yeah, I haven't played the remake. Everyone says the remake's
Yeah,
like really good.
I played the demo, man. I was blown away just by the demo. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Who's that dude that chases you through the hallways? Is Mr. X or whatever?
Yeah, Mr. X. Yeah. So
Just remember as a kid,
yeah, so those games are good because you can just play like a fun action for like 30 minutes, an hour, and then save your game and but like that game, this Outriders looks like it looks like you could get into it. I could get into it, but I was probably is it on PS4? Let me see.
what, Outriders or
Yeah.
what? Yeah, I think it's on everything but Switch.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. It's on PS4, 5, and Series X and Xbox One.
Yeah,
It just came out?
yeah, it came out last week.
Is it free? No, it's not a free to play.
See what it is if you have Game Pass.
Yeah, that's a good thing about the Game Pass, man.
Whereas like on a PlayStation, you're shelled out
It's
$60.
$60. Yeah, man. I
Which,
haven't, but man, I never buy games on release date anymore, man.
well, right. So you could wait. So MMOs are like, if you wait like a month, this game will be down for like $20.
Yeah,
But like,
well, Square Enix, they do keep their prices up, you know.
that's the other thing we were talking about Nintendo before. It's like, how does
Yeah,
Nintendo keep
man.
selling like all their top notch, like they'll sell Mario versus Rabbids for $60.
Yeah, I bought Breath of the Wild because I went all digital this time with my Switch. So I spent, well, I had like a little bit of money there, but it was $60, man.
Yeah, and you know what? That game is worth every penny. But
Yeah,
goddamn,
that game is worth it. That game is worth it for sure.
like that's one of the best Zelda games, and it'd be nice if I'd be able to play those Zelda games on my Switch, like the other Zelda games, like Ocarina of Time or Majora's
Oh yeah,
Mask. But again, that goes back to the Nintendo sucks conversation.
I put a video too like about a month ago. I was like talking, because Skyward Sword is coming out.
Yeah,
That one's gonna be $60, man. I would.
I can't see maybe I'll buy it. I don't know. $60 is if it were like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask or Wind Waker, all right, maybe. I mean, I bought the 3-pack of the stupid Mario All Stars.
Yeah, I went on like this is funny. This guy went there and he just started like I don't know if he was arguing with me, but he was like, if you go on the link, I send you the link there. This guy was just like, he's like, oh man, but like they're remaking the game and stuff like that, but they're really not, man. It's not like they just have to like update the. I
I
mean,
think they got the studio to do the 3D animation for the Ocarina of Time and the Majora's Mask like port that was on the 3DS, like the 3D port. Do you ever play that?
which one?
The 3D like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask port.
I played the Ocarina of Time. I didn't get to play the Majora's Mask though.
Looks kind of different, but it's like
Yeah.
if you turn on the 3D function on your 3DS, you're like, wow, this gives me a headache.
Yeah, I can't do that shit, man.
I think that they're kind of doing it to like fix the controls on it, but they're kind of like, oh, we need to release something Zelda, and of course, in the very classic Nintendo fashion, they're like, let's release the worst one.
So yeah, this one's coming out, man, and like this guy was like, I called him out because I'm like that for me it's kind of like a lazy to charge $60 for it, and then I was like, this guy.
I don't defend companies when they're like if they're acting stupid, then like I'm gonna call them out on it.
Yeah, it's just common sense, man. But there's a lot of I feel there's a lot of like fanatics. That's the word, I guess.
I
I'm
go on
like,
Twitter and it's like people who defend Nintendo, and then there's like people who attack them for not doing a direct for 3 years or a year. But like there's also people online who are like vociferously attack people anytime they're like, hey, PlayStation came out with this, and they'll be like, Xbox is better, and you get like all these 16-year-olds just fucking trashing each other.
It's fun though, I'm not gonna lie, for him, it's fun, because I'm like, it's like that happens with everything. So for me, it's fun, but for me, I don't take it personal. A lot of people do.
I don't have a preference on what system to use. I have a preference on playing good games.
High quality gaming, man. That's what it is all about,
And backing small studios when they have a breakthrough hit.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of like really like small studios and stuff like that. I look into the game development a little bit. I even downloaded Unity and stuff like that. Man, that stuff is like it's very complex, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever looked into that, man?
Not really, no.
It's like it's definitely like, oh, like if you want to like you have to code everything, if you want to like make the character jump and like if it touches something or whatever, it's interesting, man.
Leave that to more talented people than me.
And then you have people that like you have like some random just one single guy will like make a whole game. Have you ever seen that happens?
Yeah, so that kind of happened with like Celeste. Have you ever heard of that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, Celeste. I think it's out on every platform now.
Was it like a one team guy?
I think it's just this one guy made this whole game, and he hired like a very small team to do like the music and all that.
Yeah, I think that's doable if you hire like people to do certain parts.
But he's like like a very talented, like it's a platforming game, and
Mhm.
it's super fun. I mean, it's like built for your Switch or whatever, but like you can play it on your PlayStation, or I think it's on Game Pass too, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I heard great things about that game, man. That definitely.
It's like that game is like one of those games that like tracks how many times you die, and it's like you die like 900 times. You're gonna die a lot.
Fuck, man. It's like Dark Souls, right? That one does
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. I just started playing. So I don't know if you're like me. Like I have like 5 games I play pretty much at any time. That's
Yes.
like I have a new game. Cyberpunk is that new game. I
Mhm.
have like a retro game that I'm going back to and playing. That's Final Fantasy VI right now, but
Mhm.
I'll cycle through a bunch. I have my ongoing game that was Destiny 2. Now it might be Outriders. We'll see. Uh,
My ongoing game.
yeah, like my,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got that. And then like the game that I keep going back to or whatever and haven't finished because either it was too hard or like, and that's Bloodborne for me right now. So that's why when you said Dark
Uh,
Souls, I'm like, all right, because I haven't, like, my wife bought it for me and I
mhm.
turned it. I got my ass flipped. I'm like, maybe I need to come back to this when I'm more
Yeah.
serious about this.
Fuck, man. How's the? Yeah, I haven't played Bloodborne, man, but I heard great things about it.
It's
I heard
tough.
it's. What about? Have you played? You haven't played Warzone, right? Call of Duty Warzone.
Not really. It's been a while since I've played a Call of Duty game. It's been 5 years.
Damn.
But everyone talks about Warzone as like it's like a very different. I don't know. I don't really know much more about it.
Well, it's a battle royale, man, like Fortnite. So I've been playing that a lot, man. I've been playing Warzone mainly. I dropped the Resident Evil once. I beat after I beat remake. I tried to get into the second one, but I haven't yet because I started streaming Warzone a lot, like every day, man, like 1 2 hours a day. It's a fun game.
That's what's popular these days is the Fortnites, the Player Underground, and all that stuff. And
Have you played Fortnite?
I played it once, maybe like
You
a
got your
while
ass
ago.
kicked.
Yeah, I'm not good enough at video games to like
That's like the
actually.
most like annoying game ever, I feel, because you have to like, well, you don't have to, but if you want to be good, you have to be good at shooting and building. Yeah, imagine that.
It's multitasking, and that's a big ask for me in a video game where so like any game where it requires like a big commitment of like time to get good at, it's just kind of like, I'm 31 now, I'm not gonna put in the time to do
I
that,
love
I
chill
got a
games.
job.
Don't you have like a chill game that you just like chill, like play?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, so that's why I go back to like, that's why I always have a retro game to go back to, just kind of like to just kind of chill and relax and like, you know, not pay, like kind of half pay attention to. Like I'll play Final Fantasy VI right now and watch my dog kind of turn his head at every audio cue of like, Nobue Matsu's like music changing, so he's kind of looking like, that's not what that sounds like, or that's
Yeah.
not what a normal TV sounds like.
Yeah, those games have great music, man. Those older
Yeah.
ones. You said it's FF6?
Yeah, I'm playing it on my I have a SNES Classic, so I'm playing it on that. It actually came out as FF3 for some reason.
Is
In
that the one where the villain is Kefka or something like
Yeah,
that? That's
exactly.
the
That
one?
game rules.
Really? Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but
That's like the best Final Fantasy, which I don't think
hmm.
is a very hot take.
I like the FF10, man. That's my favorite one.
I do like FF10. FF10 is fun, and it's got a good story. It's very linear,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. I just dig it. Like the whole game, I think is fun. The sequel of it is not so great.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like yeah, I mean the battle's way better though. The battle system's a lot better.
Yeah,
But
And that's
yeah,
one that you can plan each turn, whereas like a lot of Final Fantasy games today is can't do that. It's more of
did
like
you
an
play
active.
the most recent one, the 15?
Yeah, 15 is like it's like bro Final Fantasy. It's like four dudes
It's
drive
like a
around.
boy band, right? Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
It's like Stand By Me Final Fantasy. It's like a boy band traveling around. There's like a girl there, but
Yeah, of
you
course,
don't really pay
there's
attention to
gotta be
her.
a girl, and the main character's in love with the girl.
Yeah, but like, not to spoil the game or anything, but like, like something may happen to that girl, and you're
And
kind of like,
he's
ugh,
gotta go save her, right?
now I gotta go do something. There's a bad guy, and you're kind of, I don't know. Final Fantasy 15, I feel like could have been a lot better, but
Is the story any good? I haven't played it, so I'm not sure.
so like so this is the game that Square completely scrapped because their director Tietsu Nomura was like working on Kingdom Hearts 3. So go spend more time on that game. So they had to completely rewrite the
You was doing
story.
2 games at the same time?
Yeah, for some reason Square keeps trusting him to do things, and
Oh, this is the guy that you're
he's
like,
not a good storyteller. He's like anytime if you play Kingdom Hearts 3 and you haven't played Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2, you just kind of look at it, you're like, what is this game about? I thought this is just supposed to be a guy with Mickey and Donald and Goofy traveling
Mhm.
around through movies, and they're like, no, man, it's way more complicated. What if let's the Heartless are like doing something else, and it's
No,
Organization 13. It's like, bro, I'm just trying to play the Lion King
yeah.
level.
I
Like,
think he's trying to find the meaning of life through his video games, you know? Or like he's like trying to figure out
and
everything about life through the
you're
games.
playing a Tietsu Nomura game because every like character is designed to have 8,000 zippers on them. So it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like an eight like early 2000s hot topic in a
Yeah.
Tietsu Nomura game.
On the Do they have that on the FF15? A lot of zippers too?
Everyone wears leather.
Oh my god. Who's making the 16? The 16 looks good, man. It
Yes,
looks like a
16. So basically, what happened is like the director of Final Fantasy 14, which is similar to like the looter shooter type thing. It's like except for Final Fantasy, it's an MMO. I guess it's more similar to World of Warcraft in that regard. But people really really like FF14. It's got a big world. It's got 3 expansion passes now, I think, that are like the
yeah.
game initially when it came out was so bad that Final Fantasy Square actually took it back, reworked it, and re-released it.
Mhm.
And when they re-released it, they came out with a few expansions, and all of them are very, very good. Everyone tells me it's the only thing that I think is a barrier to that game is a pay. It's a monthly subscription, and I'm not going to pay a monthly subscription for one
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, same. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'll pay it for Game Pass because I'll get 8,000 games, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it for one game.
Yeah, but it's crazy how like in Japan and Korea they love those type of games, man. Like
Yeah.
subscription game. Like, did you ever hear about Lineage? Remember, like I remember there was this Korean guy, man. He used to play like 10 hours a day and then go to school. Like he would like wake up at like, he would like go to sleep like maybe for like an hour or two and then go to
I'm
school.
always in awe of people who function like that.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
I enjoy sleep.
But then
What
you
are we
could
doing?
sell, I remember people could sell those characters for like $3,000 or so, you know. This is weird, man. Like there's like a culture like that, you know.
Yeah, man. There's like a whole, like if you play like an online game, there's a whole like culture of like, we'll get a certain item for you if you pay us $20. It's like a recovery fee or something. It's just
Wow.
like, go do it yourself, man. How video games? So like this is like why like EA and like the people who charge money for like loot
EA
boxes.
is just the worst, man. What's the worst gaming company you think?
EA is probably that. I think like there's no like because they're the company that can just slap on a Madden game and release it every year for $60 and
Or a
people buy
FIFA
it.
game, man.
Or
FIFA.
FIFA games, same thing, or NHL games, same thing. They had the Star Wars license for 10 years. For 10
Ah,
years, and
man.
they fucked up every single release
No,
on it.
I'll tell you this, man. Battlefront, the first one that they came out with in 2015, that one was
Yeah.
amazing, man. The second one was garbage, man.
Yeah, I only played a few like minutes of it. You know.
I have the second one, but the first one was way better, man. The first one I spent hours and hours playing that one. That one was really good, but the second one was just bad, man, you know?
Listen, like any Star Wars game, like people refer back to like Knights of the Old Republic, and like it's been a while since the Star Wars games has even like come close to that
Yeah. The you played that
level.
one, Knights of the Old
Oh
Republic?
yeah,
Was good.
that's one that I'll probably come back to on Game Pass eventually. It's like
Yeah, that Game Pass sounds good, man. I think you could probably get the Halo collection too, right? So does
yeah,
that
I got
work?
it.
Does that work like so as long as you're paying Game
You could get
Pass?
it on PC too. You can get it on Steam.
But is it like, oh really?
Yeah,
The Game
I think
Pass?
it just
Oh,
came out.
I might get that for my computer. I have like a really good computer now. But does Game Pass work like Netflix where you like they remove the titles? Is it like that?
Yep.
That's the only bad thing, man.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
But I think if you download it before the game goes, I think you can keep it. I don't think they pull it from your system.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, man. That sounds like I don't know, man. It's like Netflix, you know. You're like you're watching something, then you're like look for it again, and it's not there. That would suck, man.
Which happens a lot. Where I'm like,
Oh,
it's Friday night, and I'm looking for a certain movie, and I'm like, fuck, now I have to waste $4 on on the exact movie I'm looking for.
well, with PlayStation Plus, it's like as long as you download it, it's like there forever, kind
That's
of.
what Sasha was like. You just go and download it, even if you go and download Control, even if you're not going to play Control. I haven't played Control yet.
Yeah, that one just came out. The Days Gone just came out too, man. That's gonna be a good game. I'm
Yeah,
gonna play
it's
that.
at some point I'm gonna have to upgrade to the next generation and get a PS5 and all that, and get my games over onto that.
Yeah,
But like until that happens or until I get one, you know, I'm in no rush.
yeah. When do you? Yeah, same with me, man. I'm gonna wait.
Probably the holidays.
I'm probably gonna
Because like
wait.
the PS4, I haven't had it that long. I mean, it's been 2.5 years, 3 years. This particular PS4, and I don't know. It's fine. I watch TV on it more often than I play games, but like the games I play are the exact like the only games that I can play on PlayStation, right? The Ghost of Tsushima, the Last of Us 2, FF7 remake. You know,
I'm
I
gonna play.
haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, but I will eventually.
I have that one, man. I played it for a little bit, but there's so many games I have on the. I want to get out the Resident Evil collection. I want to play through that.
I like doing that the playthrough series type thing. Like I just did that with Persona. I'm gonna
Oh God, how long did that take you?
Persona 5.
No, but like the whole. You said the whole series. You did the whole series.
So I've only done 4 and 5, and I'm gonna play 3. I purchased it on my PS3. I'm gonna play through that. But
Mhm.
4 and 5, and it was Golden and Royal. Golden was like 65 hours, and Royal was like 120 hours, which is a big investment in a video game.
But is
But
this story
also,
good?
Persona 5 Royal fucking rules.
Yeah,
So,
really. Wow.
you have to be into that genre of like JRPG, which I am. But
Yeah, I played the Persona 4, a little bit of that. It was okay. It was okay. Not I'm not a big fan of that style, to be honest with you.
it's like,
Yeah.
what if you were in an anime?
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You're gonna have to be in it, man. But yeah, man. I think it was nice talking. Hopefully, people do enjoy the content and they like and subscribe and they like. If you guys enjoy the comments,
Fuck yeah, man.
definitely. If you guys enjoy the content, leave some comments there below. And maybe we'll see you guys for next week. All right. Thank you, Dan, for joining us. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Peace.